Heard some TD Jakes. I was watching Bishop Jakes for a little while. Yeah. What's going on, man? I got a little bit to go over. I got a couple other meetings, so I was trying to get with you guys a little earlier today. A little early today, so we can talk a little bit about what I just posted and what's actually coming. It's our football music. Hi, I'm Chris Berman. The Raiders. Yeah. There it is. That's that music. Don't you feel like running in slow motion when you hear this? Yeah, man, I don't understand, man. That's that football music, man. Wow. That's that real music, man. I love it. Nah, man, this is. That's it. That's NFL music. All right, man. I had enough fun. I'm trying to connect to Facebook right now, man. It's it's acting crazy. So you guys are watching on Twitter and whatever else. You can bear with me really quick. I'm just getting this stuff going, man. I gotta get it in the game so it can connect. It's acting like it didn't want to connect. You know what I mean? Like, bam. Now, you online yet? Like, come on, sending data, connect. It's online now. Let's see. So, yeah, man, it's not connecting. Oh, there we go. All right, man. So it's not connecting. Oh, there we go. You hear me? See the feed? Oh, there we go. See how late that is? So I don't know. I think I got a couple people in there. I think Danny Wayne just asked, or somebody asked, when is it? I got this up here. My great friend, good friend, Daniel Martinez, bringing this back, man. We're so excited to be bringing back the preseason. I want to be able to do it right. The Bakersfield Sports Network preseason. Top 50 players watch list, man, which is going to be amazing. August 8th, Sunday, August 8th, We haven't put a time on it. It's going to be in the evening again, probably about 4 o'clock, 4 or 5 o'clock. Got to get with Daniel on his schedule. On the screen just be making me think my lips look like they white. Um, but I'm truly excited, man. Want to bring all you guys in, all you guys. This year, what we like to do, I'd like to do it because I got chided last year, and I'm gonna tell you right now, Tristan Flores, my guy Fimple, couple guys. So what I wanted to do today is to bring about some criteria on how we chose the student athletes and what we knew about them. Okay, whether you like me or not, I work in this area for the last 11 years. I've ran a high school recruiting service since 1992 from Arizona, well, 95, since 1995, from Arizona to Colorado to LA back to Bakersfield. I rock with Bakersfield. So at the end of the day, if you don't know what that means, I rock with Bakersfield. I'm not from Bakersfield. I have 3 kids that have already, sons have touched Division I scholarships. Third son will, but I rock for Bakersfield, which means I don't come in Bakersfield. I've been here for 11 years, and I probably, whether you're a high school coach or whoever, again, likes me or not, probably speak more highly of a Bakersfield kid than most of the coaches here who know or don't know a kid. So I'm gonna get that out the way. Number one. Number two, number two, again, uh uh know as many of the kids that I do know. I've known and I watch. Um, I miss a lot of kids. I want to say to my South High student athletes, there's some kids that just came under the radar. Amazing kids. I have a list who I saw under the radar. I saw some kids, some other kids I didn't see that I do know. Let me share with you the criteria and some of the kids. I had somebody say, well, there were kids that didn't play. Let me show you how amazingly, amazingly, we in what we did last year was really good. Um, we put a kid on there by the name of Alex Rocha, who had tore his knee, played only 3 games. Alex Rocha just signed a Division I scholarship to, or committed to, Sac State. We put some kids. We had heard, oh, so many kids didn't play, and you guys had this projection. The reason why Daniel Martinez, my good friend who owns Bakersfield Sports Network, asked me is because I am connected and I do work with Rivals 24/7 Sports. I'm on publications. I deal with Prep Sports, Central Valley, Prep Sports, all through where there are names that are floating around. Cal High Sports. I talk with Trevor Horn. I talk with Greg Biggins, Brandon Huffman, Adam Gorney, guys who are national recruiters across the country. There are some kids' names that are there that you may not have thought, but seem like we got it right. So, criteria again: if there's a kid in our area being recruited by Division I schools and is actually a college prospect, and you go, oh well, yeah. We kind of want to look like we know what we're talking about by putting a guy on that list that at least a college coach has on his list, right? We do miss. So what we asked is if you have a student athlete, especially linemen, I'm pleading with you, especially linemen, please send them to my email with a huddle. Just want to watch it real quickly and the name of the school. We miss schools like Foothill. We miss schools like East and Highland. We miss Miramonte. We may miss Arvin. We may miss Kern. And there are players up there. We do not want a kid to feel like, oh, but let me share with you. I run a recruiting service. My name and credibility on who I put my name on and say that kid can play at the next level is how my business operates. So I just can't put somebody on there because he's a senior, or I can't put somebody on there because he started 4 years at this school and blah, blah, blah. So there has to be some validity behind it. And so that's what we do. Um, some awesome players, uh, awesome players, some awesome young guys. I can tell you in the class of 2023, there are going to be some amazing student athletes that are going to be on here. There's going to be some young players that are coming up that'll probably be a part of this list as well. We also have some outstanding student athletes that are from just every school. So if there is a student athlete that we miss, um, it's never done purposely. He doesn't like my kid. I may not know your kid. So again, it's in the feed with the actual message with the top 50. My email, send it to me. I will go. I will, Tony. I will go over it and look at the film and look at how many, like, we don't have we want to get at least 10 linemen or 8 linemen or whatever. It is the top 50 preseason top 50 watch list, just a watch list. Players to watch. Our top 5 power rankings will actually go over what student athletes or teams did last year, as well as what schedules look like right now. I can tell you right now, give you a heads up, BHS has the hardest schedule in the Central Valley, period. Central Valley, probably top 5 schedules outside of a Trinity League or Southern Section team, hardest schedule in town. I mean, just bottom line, in the state of California. Opening up with Los Alamitos playing the second game against Clovis, third game against Central, Ridgeview, and then Sierra Canyon. So amazing schedule. Power 5 rankings, they probably should be there just on schedule alone. We'll see. Got to meet with Daniel and see what he thinks. So we might need to put toughest schedule, Daniel. Teams with the toughest schedule, best schedule in the Valley, more challenging schedule, or what have you it may be. I know you're watching. So we're going to go through a number of those particular things. Again, and I'm just going to kind of switch gears, but that's what we're going to be doing. So again, Jernagin at yahoo.com for the Bakersfield Sports Network. If you want to submit a name or a huddle for us to look at a kid, your kid be recognized in that top 50 player watch list. What does this do for my recruiting? Let me talk about that. Anytime that you can build your resume, anytime that you can put something on your resume, if you're looking at schools outside of California or outside the area, you're always going to be able to add these type things to your resume, add these type things to, to help build your brand as a student athlete. We have a nice edit. You might get that edit and you can put that on Twitter. It will let coaches know across the country. Again, I made one of the best players in my area, whether it's D2, D3, NAIA, whatever it may be, it may bring some light to it. So someone say, oh, well, it don't matter what they say. Okay, it doesn't. But everything that we do in this era right now matters because we're in a era where social media, recognition, and all these other things mean a whole lot to the brand and the recruiting of a student athlete. So again, you can take that with a grain of salt, or you can say, hey, if I'm a coach somewhere and I'm looking for a player, hey, I can look at this kid. It may cause a coach to say, let me go look at that kid's film. Let me go look at, man, he made the top in one of his area. I know players like, Derek Carr, Joey Porter, or whoever have come out of that particular area. So for someone to say, oh, well, don't listen to what they say. Well, it's our opinion. But at the end of the day, if you go and you look at the track record, our top 10 players last year, that were on that list are either being recruited or playing college football. And we're going to go over that top 10 list from last year prior to the show. So at the end of the day, yeah, um, it has some type of credibility and validity to what we have said. So if you want to go back and trace and track record, you can do that. You could also trace and say, hey, they missed this guy. Don't think we missed the guy that signed. We only had 5 kids in the area last year who actually went anywhere, right? So 5 or 6 kids in the entire area that actually got a scholarship or preferred walk-on opportunity. So at the end of the day, numbers don't lie. If we're gonna deal with the numbers, let's deal with the numbers. We're gonna deal with emotion and I don't think this don't like me and this that. We're not dealing with that. I'm giving you an opportunity and telling you right now, if there's a kid that you think that someone should look at and consider, there's an email there. If there's not, if there is also, there's an email, there's the feed right now. Dijon, take a look at this kid. We missed some kids in the area that were um, tremendous athletes. It just, hey, and we talked to some of those kids and they expressed it. And I appreciate that people in the area would not just talk behind, ask why wasn't it? And we were like, you know what? We truly, Tristan Flores, love that kid, can play, flat out one of the best wide receivers here. We missed him. I think we truly missed him, and we talked to him about it right out the gate. Um, and so we took that one on the chin. We probably took some other players like um, from South High that we didn't. Demarie, another guy that we didn't. This year we won't. We will do our best not to miss anybody. And if we do, we're human. We're human. Or I'm like this. I'm a Bible man. Every man should be able to give a reasonable answer for the hope that lies within him. I'll give you a reasonable answer if I'm asked in a why a certain player didn't make it and why or didn't make that list and why a player did. I have a great reason for every reason why every kid did. So those who said, well, he didn't even play. How could he be one of the better top 50 players? Well, Sac State just showed a lot of people that we kind of knew what we were talking about 100%. So um, I'll leave it at that. Again, how it's going to help you is a number of different things. Okay, it's not it's just a number of different reasons how it can help you, and I can help you with that. So let me switch gears into some of this recruiting and what's going on right now. And again, I'm really talking to my Bakersfield area. I hope that there are many on listening because again, the misnomer goes out all the time that you don't need a service, you don't need this. In this era, I would tell you right now, um, before I worked for NCSA and did that, my kids were in a service. I signed them up because I wanted to get an edge and some help with what I didn't know at that particular time, or even coaches that I didn't know at that particular time. So I want to make sure that people have a really truly true understanding of what should my kid be doing at this particular point today, right now, at when it comes to their recruiting. Right now, there is this is the Wednesday and Sunday stops. Uh, these guys will go dead again all the way until the first week of September. And what you should be doing is you should always go to the NCAA.org website and look at the recruiting calendar for the year. And if you're a student athlete and you're still thinking, hey, maybe SC is going to reach out to me at some point, I'm going to give you a nugget right now. USC is having a private invite only camp today. If you are class of 2022 and you are not there and you're still hoping for USC, you're missing that camp today, right now. Okay. They're having a camp today, invite only. And they have class of 23s and 24s that are there today. Okay. So kind of gives you an idea on the jump of where people are right now. And if you weren't invited to that, I'm not saying that they won't recruit you over the next 2 years, but I'm telling you that right now, they're already recruiting kids for 2 years from now that they already have identified as players that they absolutely like right now. Okay. So I want you guys to have a better understanding of that. So you can, as I say it with my company, you can manage expectation of your student athlete, that they're not around here going, well, yeah. And UCLA, they have one as well. Got a call last night. Hey, want to invite your son to private UCLA camp this last week, you know, of the evaluation or dead period is going to happen. So bring your kid down. So if those things aren't happening right now, what I would tell the class of 2022 at this particular moment, you need to reevaluate your schools. When I say reevaluate your recruiting, is get a better understanding of where you are and where you are not. When I understand where I'm not, then I can deal with the reality of where I am and where I can go and work. And so parents, don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. They coming, they coming, they coming. There is still a transfer portal. There is still a number of kids that are going to go into that portal. And the way recruiting is going today, you had COVID, and we are on the brink of possibly, and I'm going to bring that up as I get my dates together for what I have coming up in the event. So let me get that. We're on the brink of a number of things may possibly be happening again. If you don't say that, let's deal with the reality. The variant, these numbers are rising. I hope I'm praying about the vaccination for people. I've been vaccinated, but when it comes to my kids, I want to deal with that. We're on the brink of some different things happening again. I don't know if the class of 22 could handle not college football not playing and them allowing those kids to come back again. We are in that mode. So the 22 class, from a recruiting perspective, is in a very tough place. The numbers are not there. I will tell you again, as far as scholarships on the Division 1A level, as well as Division 1 AA, D2, NAIA, D3, a lot of opportunities. Here's the other side. When you deal with this from a realistic perspective, you have to start looking at your lower level or quote unquote smaller schools in your mind. Again, I say it all the time. I've never been on a job interview where anybody asks, "Did I play Division 1 or was my school Division 1?" They don't want to know that. What did you get your degree in? You qualify for this job. This is what it is, and that's the reality of it. Free school. I hear parents say it all the time, but I don't want to go to Kansas to an NAIA, but I'll go to Kansas State or I'll go to University of Kansas. Free school, where, help me out. So at the end of the day, I want us to understand that those are the things that are absolutely, happening in our era, and you have to be aware of it. So when I say reevaluate your recruiting, add some schools you may not have. Look at your kid, talk to your kid to see if that kid is ready actually to leave and go a little further than Arizona or Texas. Son, is he ready? Do we got family in Minnesota? Is there some family in Michigan or Illinois? We might, because we're going to have to look outside what we thought we were going to have to do. Are we going to look at prep school? If I'm looking at prep school, is prep school going to be good? Is it a good prep school? Has it had a track record of playing over 2 to 3 years and have kids come out of that prep school? This is what services will do for you when you're talking, because I will absolutely tell you right now, especially in my area, you can ask a high school coach right now about prep school. 99% or 98% of them will not know anything about a prep or can get on the phone with a prep school to help your kid not get their clock started, give them that additional post-grad year of high school so they can, their clock doesn't start with college. They're going to give you the old, go to JC, maybe do this, maybe there's some other opportunities. So those are the benefits of working with a actual service that knows or that can help you in the process of with your kid and what's going on now, or why shouldn't I go to prep as opposed to going to junior college, or why should I go to JC and start my clock and get going. And should I find, if I need to find the right JC, I was a qualifier out of high school. I'm going to be ready to go to college in January, but I got to be on the field in order for me to leave. Amen. In order for me to leave at the right time. So those are absolutely things that we work with and we talk through and we deal with. I have 2 or 3 kids at prep in Ohio. I have another prep in Texas. Have another prep school in North Carolina. So there's which I had to learn about, had to do the research and make sure that these are schools that were good schools for um, the families, because again, putting my name out there and on those particular situations. Uh, so what your kids should be doing now is getting together, gathering a list of schools, really making sure the school one has its major. If you're looking at NAIA schools, finding NAIA schools that might have engineering or something that is comparable to it. And let me kill this misnomer too. I get a lot. An NAIA school is not a stepping stone to transfer and go into the portal and go into a Division I school. It's not a JC. An NAIA school, NAIA and NCAA are just two different organizations. Most of your NAIA schools are just smaller universities that decided to go under the NAIA organization because of their numbers and how they were established. Your so your people say, well, I'll go NAIA and I'll transfer. Your NAIA schools are having guys drafted. The NFL comes by and does camps and does combines with NAIA schools, just like they do the NCAA. But in the NCAA is the bigger, more notable organization in which you have an idea about. So because of that, that is why most people go, well, I'm going to go NAIA and they don't give money. Stop. NAIA schools give athletic scholarships along with academic scholarships. They do a package. The higher your GPA, the better player you are, you get money and both. So let's kill that. It is not the JC, go 2 years NAIA and then transfer. The likelihood of an NAIA guy transferring and going D1 is not what usually happens. Does it? It happens. Guys go from 1AA to D1, but you will have to make that NAIA school. That's your school. That's where you got your degree from. That would be it. You guys know Ali from Under the Radar. Just found out talking to him. He went to an NAIA school in Arkansas. Okay, it's an NAIA school, played NAIA football. It is college football. It just plays up under another organization and the way they handle money. The only division that gives 100% is Division I NCAA, Division 1A, and Division 1AA gives, but they have the option to give 80 or 100% of a scholarship. After that, everybody, Division II, NAIA, all of them, all work under the same under the same they all work on the same way, right? D2, academics, financial aid, football. D3, no athletic scholarships, all academic. NAIA, academic, football, financial aid. This is what we can give. This is what's left. This is what you do. Grants, loans, blah, blah, blah. So get educated on that part so you understand that you are not being left behind in one sense, and this is not happening in one sense. This is what's going on. Okay. Uh, uh, so want to make sure that we understand that. And I want to, yeah. So I want to make sure that this is, this is something that we all understand. So what your kids should be doing, number one, getting with somebody, creating a new list, doing some research. You are 2022. If you're 23 and you're not signed up with a service, I'm going to tell you this: 24, 25, you need to sign up today. California Recruits, carecruits.com. You need to get with somebody where you can go over a presentation. If you're with NCSA and you're frustrated because you don't understand how to work the CRM, I worked there 2 years. I understand it. I don't use a CRM system. We have a system that's designed for you as a student athlete, that fits you as a student athlete, as a player, to help you with your recruiting. Okay. Not, oh, they open my email, but yet you're not talking to any coaches or anything like that. No. So definitely get with me about that as well. Yeah. So I want to make sure, uh, and so those are the things. Those are the things that we would be talking about. Is making sure that your student athlete is getting with some type of service. Why do I say 23? The hottest class, the hottest class in recruiting right now. Every coach that we are dealing with right now is just fired up for that 23 class. And in my area, I'm going to tell you right now, I know the numbers of the kids that are being recruited in our area, heavily recruited, a national recruit, names out there, names that aren't out there. If you're not doing the things that you need and you're going, well, we don't have to, I can get with you about the numbers of players in our area over the last year. I just told you 5. I just told you this year. I know that after Alex Rocha, Riley Hernandez in this class, Jason Oliver, Ian Jernagin, Travis Pluggy, LeBron Jackson, Jaden Hollis. Our area is probably looking at anywhere from 8 to 10 Division I guys that are actually being recruited right now from 22 high schools. So that's 10 guys, maybe 10 guys in our area. When we get to 23, we're talking Grant Bucky, Tylen Rogers, Krayshawn Kizzy. It's tough. It's tough. The numbers become really, really tough. So if you think, oh, I'm going to have a great year and they're going to know me, again, USC and UCLA are having camps, private camps right now. Kids are there right now. Oregon will have their barbecue this weekend. Michigan will have their barbecue this weekend. They will be dealing with their players that they like for the 22 and 23 class this weekend. One of my clients right now was at University of Arizona yesterday. He's at University of Texas this week. USC invited him. He's not even, so you have to understand what is going on in the process of this recruiting right now. And if you're not in it, you need to get in it and understand what you need to be doing to make sure that your name, even on the level of a Division III, where you're going to get a roster spot or NAIA or Division II, because that portal is going to fill up again. And coaches are going to recruit the top high school guy and the top guys coming out of that portal who they didn't get. And they're gonna bypass some high school guys, and they're gonna bypass some JC guys for guys who have been on campus or whose name has been constantly in their faces. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you that right now. Okay, that's what is going to be happening. So get with me, and we will talk about it. carecruits.com. Thank you guys for tuning in. Got a lot of meetings going on. Still looking for a graphic designer, and we are hiring anybody that wants to work in the sports field. Let me share something with you. Our service costs. Our service has a cost that the percentage that our recruiters get for working with us, you can make a very, very good living. We're looking for guys in the Fresno area. We're looking to put guys in Arizona, Texas, Utah, and Vegas. So if you know somebody that wants to work in this industry, California Recruits will soon be called Nationwide Recruits. The name will be changing soon. I will be launching that before the end of the year and opening a new office in those particular areas: Arizona, Utah, and Las Vegas. Um, Very lucrative business as far as helping families, but got to have a passion. Looking for guys in the football, basketball, women's basketball, looking for ladies as well who want to work in this industry. It is a very rewarding industry. You work from home, you do meetings like this, there's a podcast, you do meetings like this with families, and it's good. So reach out 323-335-6359. Go to the website, carecruits.com. Look there. There has a job description on looking for sports sports reps for our company. And be good. I look forward to hearing from you. Talk to you soon.